this is not going to be working. I have a session set up with Ray later this afternoon to get some issues cleared up.
Okay. Polly,
hopefully I'll get to it.
Does that lighting look okay?
Yeah, but you are a little, come a little this way.
Me or what do you mean?
Well, you were a little off of your screen. You're fine.
I was fooling with the lighting. So is this okay right here?
It is.
Yeah, line 3 is coming bad from the station. He's going to inform. It's been a mess this morning.
Access 3 is bad. So Marie, you're not. What are you on? Are you on an access?
I'm on access 5.
And I just went to 4.
Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Thursday morning to you. It is the 7th day of January, which of course means easily enough the 7th day of 2021. There are 358 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And on January 7th, in 1789, that's right, this very day, significantly, in 1789, America held its first presidential election as voters chose electors who, a month later, selected George Washington to be the nation's first chief executive. And for every year since then, and every election since then, the power has changed hands in Washington, generally without any difficulties, something we've been very proud of. We've looked at third world countries, other countries around the world who've not had the opportunity to change power in the same way that the United States has. And after yesterday, a lot of countries looked at us and wondered what was going on. And I can assure them and you, in America, we are better than this. And the world and we shall see that from this day forward. Marie Osborne in with news. It's a big news day today. Bigger, maybe more so, for a variety of reasons than other days. Marie will stay on top of it with the WJR and, very importantly, Fox News team. Thank you, Marie, for all of that. Dana Clark is here, taking care of business, traffic and weather, and whatever might come to her mind as we're chatting. Brian Morton pressing all the right buttons. Even when the regular buttons don't always work, we find another button to press, which is what we have done on a couple of things for this morning. Mike Kim helping out along the way. This would be a good time to give a shout out to Frank Zielinski from Absolpure, and my coffee maker is in the process of being replaced so I can have my great Absolpure Keurig coffee. Looking forward to that. And our executive producer overseeing all of this, of course, and running the show by the clock, the grandfather's clock, in fact, is Ann Thomas. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning, Dub. Happy Friday Eve.
Yay.
We're getting closer to Friday. Thank God.
I didn't even think about that yet. I hadn't gotten that far after some of the technical difficulties I was having earlier. Now everything seems to be on and ready to go.
And do you have your coffee this morning? Because yesterday there were coffee technical.
Was I coming through just now when I mentioned that Frank Zielinski, Frankie Z,
is going to help out? He's
in the process.
But what are you going to do in the meantime?
Well, I am doing the instant coffee again. Sophie is here sleeping, thankfully, and she wanted to show me how to use the Nespresso.
Yes.
And I chose to not do that, believing that this morning, if I had to be dealing with the Nespresso and the technical issues I had a few minutes ago, my head would have exploded. You know that emoji where the head is exploding? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That would have been me all over the place. So I'm glad that I chose not to do that. I went back to the instant. The only thing I did was I added something that she and Adam had bought as I thought it was a creamer, but when I poured it in, it was kind of brown. It was one of those, I don't know, kais or whatever those things are called.
Oh,
Like
latte, chai latte.
Yeah, like a chai latte, something or
Mhm.
another. Let me see. Ah, oh. It might be good as a drink on its own.
with some brandy in it or something.
Maybe that's what today calls for a little time in our coffee this morning, just to have things smooth out just a little bit. Do you ever remember the movie Five Easy Pieces?
No,
Anybody?
I haven't seen it. No. Mm-mm.
Well, you'll have to watch the movie, and when I do this, knit, swamp, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Let's take care of a little business on this Thursday, or as Ann put it, Friday's Eve at 5:43.
This report is sponsored by SafeExcavator.com. Call or click 811 before you dig. There's a lot of stuff underground you can't see, and every few minutes somebody digs into a line, pipe, cable, or wire. Don't be that person. Call or click 811 before you dig and visit SafeExcavator.com.
And it's time to check it. Our WJR traffic and weather first. And Miss Dana Clark.
Nice quiet start, Paul W. Accident free, no delays. Just lots of construction out there. 75 northbound between Springwells and Clark Street. That right lane is closed through the end of January. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Primetime Testing Laboratory. They offer complete automotive testing services. Primetime guarantees on-time delivery, accurate result reporting, and are a 2LA accredited. For your next automotive project, hire Primetime Testing Lab. Get a free quote at primetimetestinglab.com. That's primetimetestinglab.com.
No extremes. Temperatures might stay a degree or two above average over the next few days. The nighttime lows are a little bit higher above normal. We should be in the upper teens. Not there this morning, cloudy. Cloudy this afternoon. We're going to stay in the mid-30s. Tonight, some clouds, 27. Suburbs a little cooler. Tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine, high 33. Over the weekend, a mix of clouds and sunshine, highs in the mid-upper 30s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicon, News Talk 760 WJR.
All righty. Thank you for that. Rush, I think, has, at least for a couple of days this week, had treatment days for his lung cancer. We always are hoping he's doing well. He is in our thoughts and prayers. I have nothing new to report on that front, and generally Rush has been making those updates on his own occasionally. But he is here with us faithfully first thing in the morning, and should be back noon to 3. We're hoping today. Let's see what he has on his mind here at 5:45 on this Thursday morning on WJR.
You have heard of all kinds of privilege, white privilege, male privilege, wealth privilege. Well, there's something called emergency diploma privilege for lawyers. A bill before the New York State Legislature would allow law school graduates to go straight to law practice without bothering to take the bar exam. What's the emergency? The coronavirus. New York State still officially under a declared COVID-19 disaster emergency. September is when the next New York State bar exam is supposed to take place. But that's too soon. There still might be some corona germs lingering in September, and these young, healthy, future lawyers can't possibly risk taking the bar exam in person. So liberal New York State legislators are coming to the rescue. They say that as long as these prospective lawyers have good character and display general fitness to be a lawyer, an attorney, then screw the bar exam. These grads can just be declared lawyers. And standards plummet again. Just get rid of everything that makes it hard, make it easy. Who needs exams at all, by the way? Who cares if you pass or fail these days? Just get your trophy, start earning big bucks, lawyers helping lawyers. It's just amazing to watch what's happening in our country with the liberal left in charge of it. Everything's being destroyed.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. All right. I was, I suppose, not the only one that was up late into the evening hours. I was up late into the morning hours, actually, just keeping an eye on what was happening in the news. And I kept thinking of some pretty famous words of Maya Angelou, and that is, no matter what happens or how bad it seems today, life goes on, and it will be better tomorrow. And this is the tomorrow
I
after
love
a
that.
tough day.
Mhm.
That's really nice.
And
It's
leave it to Maya Angelou, who Dr. Angelou, among many others, knew what she was talking about, the way she approached life and all. And the same for us. The important news of the day is that in spite of, obviously, a number of things that took place, the important note is that Congress has ratified President-elect Joe Biden's victory. And just as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, going back to January 7th, this day in 1789, when we did it the first time around, and George Washington was selected on this day to be the nation's first chief executive. Now, Joe Biden has been chosen to be, 55th? 56? I get the numbers sometimes confused. I'm not sure which number.
46.
46?
Mhm.
Okay. So he's the 46th president. What were the Bushes had, they refer to each other by their number. They
Mhm.
used to when Dad was still alive.
You're right.
George
You do.
H.W. Bush. They used to refer to each other by numbers. You know who remembered all
W
that?
was 43.
43, and his dad was 42. No,
No, his
41.
dad might have been. Let's see.
See, I can't do the numbers. I never could do math, ever.
His dad was 41.
Okay.
So
You know who knew that very well was Sandy Barua, our leader of the Greater Detroit Regional Chamber, because he worked in those administrations in Washington.
Yeah, that's
We're
right.
so lucky to have him
Yes, very sharp.
in Detroit. He's one sharp cookie.
So, Dub, look at our viewer, Ann Albertson. Riri's mom.
I like
You're
that.
hearing the
I
Paul
love
W.
it.
Smith
I like
Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Me too.
Love it.
The folks that are watching and part of it, we call them now Paul's Pals, because what did we call the other thing now for the charity?
Paul W.'s caring for kids.
That's a Larry Burns thing, because it's kind of tied in with the Children's Foundation slogan as well. But anyway, Paul's Pals, and I saw this and to get a chance to mention Ann Pisker Albertson's note, quote, "I'd like to cancel my 7-day free trial of 2021. I am not impressed."
You got it.
I'm with you.
If only it were that easy, we would have canceled 2020 a long time ago.
Can we have a reset?
A lot of times people, the big deal now is with 60-day trials. Try it in your home for 60 days, and if you don't like it, you can have all your money back. Could we do that with these years? This would be like the earliest one we've gotten out of, though.
Right. Yes.
With all due respect, Dan, 2021 is, well, it's still very fresh, and there's still plenty of time. Another thought for the day, because today's a day for being thoughtful and looking forward, but wasn't it Winston Churchill that says, always remember, if you're going through hell, keep going.
Keep going.
That's a
So
good one,
that's
too.
what we're doing. We've gone through a lot in the last 24 hours, and we're going to keep going, because in America we are better than this, and we will continue to be better than this in every way that I say that and mean that. Meanwhile, is the governor still going to be with us
Yes.
today? Do we know? We haven't heard anything yet, have we?
The governor is confirmed.
We haven't heard that she's not going to.
No, the governor's confirmed. I confirmed
I
it
just-
last night. So we are
Okay.
good
I
to
was
go.
just
Yeah.
afraid with everything going on that she might, for some reason unknown to me, might say that she can't. I don't know.
Nope, we're
But good. I'm glad that she's still confirmed.
absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see what she has to say today about the vaccine rollout plan and how it's going to hopefully be accelerated.
Yeah, she in her press conference, she tried to blame the federal government again, and I'm afraid she got caught on that one, because one of the reporters, and I didn't hear who it was, said, well, you have one of the reporters after that, also after the news conference, but even during the press conference, somebody pointed out, you have 400,000 doses. So you've got plenty. The question is not, do you have enough? Why isn't it getting into people's arms?
Also, she said you need to set up an appointment to get your vaccine. So this morning I went to the link that's on the state website for this to make your appointment.
Mhm.
And there are only 2 counties, Ingham, and then I think it was the Lansing area, that vaccines are available where you can make an appointment. And again, when I say make an appointment, it's for essential workers and for people over 65.
Right. They moved into, wisely, phase 2, as if this were the plan all along. We just didn't know it until yesterday. But because of the complaints, clearly, and because of the lack of productivity in getting that vaccine into people's arms, they've gone into phase 2, which is what Maria's pointing out about calling in, checking in, going online or whatever. And as of January 11th, it will be anyone basically 65 and older, the way I understood what the governor said. What did you guys
I understood the same thing, Deb.
Yes.
All right. Well, for my 94-year-old mother, we're hoping to get her in pretty quickly for a variety of obvious reasons. And frankly, I'd like to get in. We'd all like to get in. I mean, those of us who will get the vaccine, and I don't have a better answer for anybody. In fact, the doctor was quoted yesterday as saying, hey, you got 2 choices: get the vaccine or get the virus. He was pretty sure about that. It was you were going to get one or the other, and if given the choice, with everything I know, not being a doctor, not even playing one on TV anymore with Minds of Medicine, I would say if I have to choose, I'm choosing the vaccine. But I've been a masker for a long time, so I got my I double mask because I think that's the smartest thing to do. But
Do you double mask wherever you go, Deb, or just specific places?
no, I double mask. I just automatically do it. See, these are the hard to come by, unfortunately, KN95, so it may not even be real because it comes from Korea or China or someplace like that. That's their standard, KN95, which is, I just read my column in the newspaper, and it's frankly, it's not exactly what I wrote. It went into the herd immunity and stuff that I don't even talk about, but I talked about Fauci basically lying about masks because he was trying to save the healthcare workers and make sure they had masks. Well, he could have said, please don't buy the N95 masks. That's what our frontline workers need to protect themselves. But you should wear a mask, and I'll even tell you how you can make a mask to cover your face. But he didn't do that. But I don't know if that really came through in the column the way it was rewritten. But be that as it may, I don't trust this one. I do trust this one, but I don't believe this one is strong enough by itself.
You can buy these little filters, that they're, I have the same thing. Dana, do you use that too? It's a little filter that you can just put in your mask that gives you a little extra protection over your nose and mouth.
You need that. And my mother-in-law gave me an insert for inside the mask.
Yes.
To fit more comfortably and feel more comfortably so you could breathe better. But I don't want anything that in any way holds the mask open even a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't care about the easier breathing. It's a pain in the butt, no matter how you look at it. So I'm just sticking with the double masking. These come in, some of these are 3 layers, which is the best of these weaker masks. A 3-layer is better. I don't think this one's 3 layers, but they're cheap and you can find these all over. But again, we should be swimming in N95s, the American standard of excellence, by now. And I haven't heard a reason why we're not swimming in those masks by now. After all this time, this is America, and 77 years ago, we could build a bomber, thanks to Ford Motor Company, every 63 minutes, but we can't build billions of those masks. I don't get that. It is 5:56 at News Talk 760 WJR.
This report is sponsored by SafeExcavator.com. Call or click 811 before you dig. There's a lot of stuff underground you can't see, and every few minutes somebody digs into a line, pipe, cable, or wire. Don't be that person. Call or click 811 before you dig and visit SafeExcavator.com.
Let's check it. Our WJR traffic and weather first, and Miss Dana Clark.
Nothing but construction out there, Paul W. No delays, no accidents. An update for you if you hadn't heard, the Windsor Tunnel or traveling across Ambassador Bridge or Blue Water Bridge for just regular traffic. That closure extended through January 21st. No surprise there. 75 northbound between Spring Wells and Clark Street. Construction has a right lane closed scheduled through the end of the month. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. Nothing but clouds in the sky once again today, a high of 35. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 27. Partly cloudy skies on Friday. Could get a couple of peaks of sunshine, more sun on Saturday, though. Friday's high 32. Cloudy skies, 34 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News, with Marie Osborne in about 2 minutes.
I tell you, I get confused on whether we're on the radio and the internet or just the internet. And when I heard that music, I realized, oh, geez, we were just on the radio and the internet when I was showing my mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
It wasn't very helpful to the people listening just on the radio. But anyway, does anyone else get confused? Sometimes forget if
Absolutely.
Frankly, I do my best to try to do two things. One, recognize when I'm just on the internet and can do visual things. And two, recognize when we're rejoining another audience and not be in the middle of a topic or sentence when we are coming back.
Well, this is just on the internet.
You thought this was an easy job.
Here's my Powerball ticket.
Oh, did anybody win that?
Nobody won.
So that's 2 in a row. So that means they're going to be up to $500 million.
Yes.
We should. Maybe it's time to buy some, Dub.
Yeah. Good old Ann. Good old, don't squirt that stuff in my mouth.
All right. You could
Don't
at
do
least
that
try
ready
it
with
on
in my
the
mouth.
spoon,
But God
Annie.
bless her. She doesn't buy lottery tickets, but now at $500
Now it's
million.
my time.
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
It has to be big for me to.
Yeah, well,
Oh, it's big.
like
It's got to be big.
400 million isn't big. 300 million, 200, 100,
I'd take
a
1
million.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go spend a couple of
So
dollars.
yeah, so that happened.
God bless you, Annie.
Thank you,
I
Dub.
know. You said thank you. I received
I know
that.
you're making fun of me, but thank you.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm loving you. I'm loving the way you are. It's just funny. It's just you.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, and I love that.
You
I
get
love
what you get with me. Yes, that's
you.
true.
Yeah, we know what we get.
Yes.
Life is like a box of chocolates, as Forrest Gump would say. You never know quite what you're going to get.
Mhm.
Actually, I think it was his mother that said that, right?
No, it was Forrest.
But Forrest said,
Oh, right.
my
He did say
my
my
mom
mom
always
did
said,
say, yes, you are
life
right.
is like a box of chocolates.
I love that movie.
That's a great
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
great
really a good movie. So Dubster, I've a couple of business notes 'cause since we are just right now on Facebook.
Yeah.
We will
See, this is the behind the
We'll
scenes
give a little-
extra stuff. This is the extra
get a little
added
extra if you
stuff.
watch us this
Yeah,
morning. One of the things is Nikolai VT. We will let our early audience hear what he had to say at 6.
Oh, good. We'll continue with that as scheduled.
So, yeah, I think
That's
so.
a good idea.
Since we seem to have the election issue resolved for
Good
the
idea.
moment. And then the
What
other thing
election
is
issue?
the other thing is the chief.
Election issue.
Did anything happen last night?
Yeah,
Last
right.
night? The
Is he
Well, no. I got a note late last night saying that now he can't come on.
Mm.
So I'm going to put, this is what we do, Dana. When I get a note saying that he can't come on, I call Paul and I say, Paul, could you maybe convince him to come on?
Yeah,
then
I'll send him
Paul
a note.
goes behind the scenes and says,
And this is where I would off air say to Dana, I've been in a coma. What is going on with the bridge and the tunnel that they'd be closed till January 21st?
you can't,
it's just essential workers. We still can't go over.
Oh, no regular people.
Yes,
I thought something changed or something happened.
No,
So-
it's just, the new year. So just still
following up
shut down.
on that, Dana, does that mean Trevor hasn't been able to
He
still?
has not been home.
No?
Now he can go home. I cannot. But when he goes home, he would have to quarantine for 14 days there and then come back and quarantine for 14 days. So he has not gone.
Okay.
But he can go.
If he goes, he has to stay for 14 days.
Stay, right. And then they call,
And
check on you every day. Are you at home? Are you? Yeah, they're not playing.
It's fine too, right?
Yes. So he has decided to not go home, and his dad has COPD, so he really doesn't want to risk his health going over there. So yes, he's not been home. Wow, it might be a year.
Oh boy,
in March.
Wow.
Yeah. If it goes that long, which I think it will, but
it's going on forever. Yeah. Emily Gale is weighing in from Hawaii.
Ooh,
online.
Love to be in Hawaii.
Boy, I'd like to, if I had to quarantine somewhere.
Yes.
They were saying that early on. Well, if you go to Hawaii, you have to stay there for 14 days. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I've never stayed in Hawaii for 14 days.
That's a good point. Right.
I would look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Although, back in the beginning, and maybe still true, you couldn't go out. And they monitored you, and you say, "Hey, what are you doing on the beach?" Well, it's Hawaii.
Picking up sand?
Yeah, I'm on the beach because it's Hawaii.
Can you walk the beach in Florida, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can.
Yeah. Heck, you can. Sadly, you can go into I'm saying sadly. The views expressed by the host are nobody else. You can go into a restaurant in Florida and see nobody wearing masks.
Really?
Are
they crowded?
Yeah, very.
Really?
And there was a time when even the servers weren't wearing masks. I will say now they are wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I was there and saw and paid attention, the servers were wearing masks. Kim is very strong on this. She will not go anywhere where the workers are not wearing masks, and she wears a mask all the time, of course. But they know almost for a fact that we're from Michigan, and I generally say, well, I'm from Michigan, and if I don't wear my mask, no matter where I am in the world, our governor will get me.
Right.
And of course, they believe that now because of her reputation online or on cable television. They've given her a hard time, but if you look at the statistics and the figures, the people are very pleased with the way she has handled the pandemic in Michigan.
Well, Florida
I'm not saying
had,
that businesses are happy.
Florida
Of course,
had
small businesses or restaurants.
Florida yesterday, Paul, alone had 17,783 new cases.
The
One day.
Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Thursday morning to you. It is the 7th day of January, which of course means even I can figure this out, the 7th day of 2021. There are 358 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. We've got the team here. Marie, thanks for the news. We appreciate that very much. Marie Osborne on the team. Of course, Dana Clark taking care of business, the traffic, the weather, and whatever thoughts or opinions that she might have. Brian Morton pressing all the right buttons. Kimmy sending in ideas along the way of things that we are talking about, responding and reflecting. And of course, our executive producer overseeing all of this and all of us, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Dub. Happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve to you, Annie Banani. That's again a little behind the scenes naming.
We all have little nicknames.
We have little names. I think Ann still refers to me sometimes as Dub.
Right.
Hey, Dub. And
Dana is Doodle.
I don't think I've ever called Dana Doodle.
I call her Dana Doodle, and I call Marie Riri.
I call Marie Riri. That goes back to my Marie Merman days. She literally was the girl next door in Monroe on Tremont Street growing up. Riri. And her older brother, Paul, was my best friend growing up. Paul Merman. So there you are, a little bit of the history. The Congressman Tim Walberg, who was with us, was that yesterday or the day before? Yesterday or the day before?
The day before. It was Tuesday.
Okay. And then Congresswoman Debbie Dingell was also on with us earlier this week. And they spent a day yesterday, both of them, unlike any day they'd ever spent in their lives. They were there in the House gallery under basically lockdown.
And they'll be joining us this morning, both of them.
They're both joining us this morning, and they will have their own stories to tell. And democracy has prevailed. In America, we are better than this, and we will move on from that. Early this morning, which was 1 or 2 in the morning, I guess, I heard them say that not just one woman died in Washington. One woman was shot. 14-year military veteran, young woman, but sadly, we don't know any details yet about what happened or how. But 3 other people died yesterday as well. And that's apparently going to happen when you have that many people together. 3 other people had some sort of medical emergency. Has anyone heard any details? So what my point is, 4 people died yesterday in Washington, D.C.
Yep, 52 arrested, 14 officers were hurt.
Yeah, I didn't hear all the rest of the numbers, but that's what happened yesterday.
So the other 3 just had some type of medical emergencies during,
like heart attacks, or I don't know the details.
That's what it sounds like.
It does sound like that, and obviously all of it's unfortunate. I don't know what the statistics indicate. Whenever you get a group of people together, sadly, there may be medical emergencies, and we may or may not hear about them. I hadn't heard about that until very late. Not very late last night, very early this morning. I had not heard those numbers. But I'm interested in what Congressman Tim Walberg and Congresswoman Debbie Dingell will share with us from their bird's eye view. There's got to be a better way to put it than bird's eye view, but they were in the thick of things happening yesterday, and so they'll be able to tell us from their perspective. I noticed in the House chamber at one point, it looked like as many as 4 men had guns out pointed toward a window. You remember seeing that?
Yes.
It looked to me like those were like congressmen or senators with their own guns. Could you guys tell?
Oh, I thought it was Secret Service or something like that.
That's what I thought.
I'd be wrong.
But you were right, Paul. They weren't dressed in uniform.
In uniform, and maybe they put guys in suits.
That's what I wonder.
In the chambers when they're doing chamber business. I don't know. I mean, the question is going to go around and around today and for days to come as to where was the massive security one would think we would have at the U.S. Capitol in terms of stopping people from coming in there that should not come in there and taking over the place and sitting in the chairs and walking around and smashing windows and all the rest of it that happened. So there will be many questions about that, along with a variety of other things, other topics that will certainly come up. Certainly in our conversations today and throughout the day, and as I say, throughout several days, that this will be discussed and a post-mortem, if you will, of what exactly took place yesterday. but I can say, and will again and again in America, we are better than this. And you can take that however you want, because I mean it in every aspect. Meanwhile, there was something else I wanted to bring. Much earlier this morning, and I can't find it right now, but the president felt it important to point out that now that Congress has spoken and ratified Joe Biden's victory, the president has reassured people that, let's see, I don't like to put words in anyone's mouth, but I can't find exactly what he said, but he had reassured us all that there will be an orderly, peaceful transition of power. Gee, I wonder why he felt it was important to say that. Well, anyway, that's what he said early this morning. And so that's the way it's supposed to be. And I'm glad he finally said that. Anything else, guys, before we take our break, take our leave?
Well, one of the reasons I was looking for the chief for this morning was because the Detroit homicide numbers are up. And he's blaming coronavirus for that.
Oh, listen. When I was making my notes last night, and I have I went and found all the statistics and all the stuff. I got to tell you something, and I hope he's not avoiding us because of the up numbers. But the reality is, Detroit is doing far better than
great.
Most other major cities. In New York, in Chicago, in a lot of major cities, the crime rates are up 100%. Mm-hmm. New York City, the murder rate is up like 100%. So, though any uptick is bad, because we've been going like this, going down. The reality is we're doing better in Detroit than's happening in a lot of major cities. So that's the angle I was going to take in my conversation with the chief, and I'll send him a note. Maybe.
So your assignment is to convince him to talk for 5 minutes.
I will try to do that. But he was late in the show. What was it?
8:48.
All right, 8:48. All right, we're gonna see if we can make that happen again. Meanwhile, I hear the music, which means we've got to take care of some business, good business, at 6:14.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
Let's check it. Our WJR traffic and weather. First, we've got Miss Dana Clark.
A good start this Thursday morning. Accident-free, no delays. Construction notes for you in Detroit, Livernois southbound between 75 and 4th Street. That's closed for construction through early September. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com.
Quite a bit of cloud now, quite a bit of cloud in the forecast today. Cloudy this morning, relatively mild for this time of year, cloudy this afternoon. The change is that it doesn't change. We stay right in the mid-30s. Today, we break up the clouds a bit. In town, 27, suburbs a little cooler. Friday, cloud, sun, 33. Over the weekend, a mix of clouds and sunshine, highs in the mid to upper 30s. From a Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stajic on News Talk 760 WJR.